Concord is a game that will be forever in the history of gaming remembered. This is the biggest Sony L I've ever seen. The most unhinged, most completely disconnected disaster I've ever seen of a company create in my life. And we're going to take a look at it. We're going to take a look at this from a channel called Big Boss. I always want to react to Big Boss, but never done it. Need to react more to their videos. And we're going to take a look and see how that went on, because this game is filled with flaws. Filled with flaws. The biggest way to burn money, because Sony nearly burned $500 million on this. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. You guys don't want to miss this. I'm going to be real. This is the craziest gaming scenario ever. Oh my god.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
Sorry, that's the wrong screen. NordVPN, never heard of it.
The year is 2024, and Sony is about to release the Kraken.
Ooh.
A project they'd had in the works for almost a decade, and with a reported budget of up to $400 million.
$400 million. That's a lot of money. That's nearly $500 million money. That's a lot of money, guys.
By far their most expensive game yet. Nothing could go wrong.
I do, and I love a Pee-wee. I love Pee-wee.
The year is 2016. Overwatch has just come out, and it's making the rounds everywhere.
Ooh.
It's very popular. It's the first AAA shooter since TF2 almost a decade ago, and it's good.
Overwatch is the last Blizzard W they've ever released. Overwatch in beta was phenomenal. It was so good. The characters were hot. They were cool. The gameplay was fun. So much good team play. So much fun with homies. And then they started balancing the game and fucked it up because of esport. But the game was amazing at launch.
Amazing gameplay and map design. Well-designed characters with a ton of personality.
Ooh, a lot of personality.
Cosmetics.
Ooh, wait, hold on. What the fuck? Wait, what was this? Wait. I don't remember this skin. Guys, do you guys remember this skin? I don't think I've seen this skin before. I don't think I've seen. That's a good skin.
Cosmetic system. Around the same time, an exodus at Bungie. And ex-Bungie developers coalesced to form what would become Firewalk Studios.
Ooh.
Initial meetings are held on their first project. You guys seen that Overwatch thing?
Oh, we should copy it.
Let's do that.
That's right.
And they get to work. Fast forward to 2021. Now at this point in time, Sony's gaming department is headed by a man named Jim Ryan. He and the boys at Sony look around. The gaming landscape had changed.
Oh,
gone were the days where you just made a game and sold it. Fortnite was now here. And if you weren't selling stolen dance moves and Peter Griffin skins through recurrent battle passes, you were losing. They look at
everybody is looking for live service games to hold on to so they can sell microtransaction for barely any effort and make millions. Every big company is looking into that. They all want live service games.
Their own games. Uncharted, The Last of Us,
Ooh.
God of War, Spider-Man. Some great stuff. One problem. Not one of them was live service, and therefore wasn't printing buckets of cash for Jim and the boys. So Ryan makes a decision. PlayStation is gonna kick the doors down, burst into this market head first. But first, time to go shopping.
Oh.
And Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, starts looking for a few developers they could swipe up to help make that happen. It's around this time that Sony gets word of Firewalk, and they like what they hear.
Ooh.
A studio made up of industry vets with a ton of talent.
Nice.
Ex-Battlefield devs, ex-Destiny devs,
Oh my god.
and ex-Halo devs.
Oh.
The studio's creative lead was even the creative director on Destiny 2. Their mission statement? To craft incredible multiplayer experiences that bring people together and inspire unforgettable and unexpected shared moments.
Oh, I like that.
They'd even started work on their first game, a hero shooter set in an original sci-fi universe called Concord. Sounds promising. So Sony is interested. They ask for a sneak peek of the game, and what they see amazes them. What Firewalk is making is so innovative.
I wish I knew what they saw. Because I have seen Concord, like the finished product. And I have no idea what in the hell they saw from that preview. Because I want to know, like, what did they see? Were they drunk?
So impressive.
What happened?
They want in immediately. They'd seen the success of Overwatch and Valorant. This hero shooter genre is an absolute cash cow. And now it was Sony's turn. April 2021.
More videos like that. We're going to watch more of this guy. I like this guy.
Some cash on the table from Sony, and Firewalk's hero shooter would come out as a first-party exclusive for the PlayStation 5 and PC. Nice. Sony now had a taste of that sweet Bungie talent, and they wanted more. So in January 2022, they buy Bungie itself.
Consider it done.
They bought everything. Bungie, Firewalk, they just like, I'm gonna buy everything, man.
Studio currently...
You guys don't know, Sony is so massive. Like, they're not making most money from gaming even. Like, Sony is just that big. Like, Sony's just huge. They have a lot of money. They just buy shit.
Maintaining just one
Why make something when you can buy a perfect business?
popular IP for $3.6 billion.
Ooh.
What a steal. Sony was now set to release a ton of live service games. More than 10 before March 2026, they say.
You serious?
In early 2023, Sony checks
I think 10 live service games is too much. Like, I don't know. Like, that's going to start sounding like a slop.
Concord. And, this thing is in rough shape. At this point, it's apparently still in alpha, and it's not looking great. Basic things like player onboarding and monetization haven't even been figured out yet. Worst bit? This is about 5 years into active development. Now, Firewalk consists of around 150 staff. This is...
If you are not able to design a game in 5 years, an FPS in 5 years with 150 staff, you are mismanaged. If everything is fucked up and you're not even gone past the alpha stage yet, if you not put the concrete coding of the structure of the game yet, and you not set it up on even in any sort of format, you are extremely mismanaged. I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all are just talking shit while working. Get to work.
in Bellevue,
Easy
Washington,
payday? Yeah, it is.
which means exorbitant rent
Give me money.
and sizable wages.
Give me money.
5 years of this adds up, and by 2023, an apparent $200 million had already gone into the game.
Oh my
Also,
God.
The game is supposed to be launching within the next 18 months, but it's in such a rough state, they'd probably need to use a ton of outsourcing for that to happen. This can be very expensive on short notice. It's okay. Internally, Sony is calling this game the future of PlayStation.
Ooh.
Executives are even calling it their Star Wars. And the head of PlayStation Studios is so confident, he decides to go all in.
Oh.
Sony buys Firewalk for an estimated $100 million. And no,
I think the only winner in this case is the owner of Firehawk or whatever their name is. Like, whoever owned that company, man, they're the winner. the devs having 4 or 5 years, 6 whatever years, like good payment for doing nothing, they are the winners. Sony ain't it.
Now inside Firewalk Studios, and things are interesting. See, there's apparently a lead designer here who's decided she identifies as a professor. And
Oh.
she's demanding everyone at the studio call her that.
Okay.
Don't play ball, and you're potentially out of a job. This is despite not actually having a degree to back that up.
Wait, is this true? Is this a joke of something I'm not sure of? What the professor? Bro, she thinks she's in Pokemon, man. She thinks she's a professor. Oh my
She's
God.
reportedly not very popular.
Oh, wait, this is actually true.
Not very popular.
She looks like somebody that would ask for the manager. Yeah, I can understand.
There's also apparently an overall vibe of, quote, toxic positivity here. Bad
Oh.
ideas are not shot down, as that would be, like, not cool.
Yeah, you don't want this.
As a result, the
Stop
decisions here, also interesting. See, they'd gotten a ton of money in backing from Sony. They could do anything. You know those cinematic Overwatch shorts? Let's do those, but every single week of the year at huge expense to ourselves. Sounds good. And they blow a ton of that money on extremely expensive, motion-captured CGI cinematics. Because if this online-only multiplayer shooter needed anything, it was a storyline.
Okay. Listen, the Overwatch lore is not that amazing. If you're comparing if this is the comparison between Concord and Overwatch, damn, Concord really didn't get far, huh?
Onto the characters. A few years ago,
I don't think I've seen a game make more ugly characters in my life than Concord. Like, whoever are the designer of that game need to stop. Like, they gotta stop. Like, nothing, everything is abrasive. Everything is weird to look at. It's just so much stupid stuff in their design. It doesn't make sense.
a movie had come out called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
A few people at Firewalk had seen it. Nice. Let's just do that. And the artists get to work.
Oh my.
And after a few years, they've drawn up some decent concept art for characters. But midway through development, a change of heart. Now, we're making a hero.
I wonder if you showed Donald Trump the characters of Concord. I wonder what he would call them. Like, what would he look at them and describe them as? I want to see that.
To here. And the market is
I want the
becoming
Donald Trump
increasingly
review.
saturated. We have to do something different. Stick out from the crowd. Let's make the characters look absolutely horrific.
Ooh.
Maybe that's not such a good idea. No, don't disagree. Haven't you read
What
the
he
site?
said about Rosie O'Donnell? Bro, that guy pops up about Rosie O'Donnell every year. Like, he never stopped talking about Rosie O'Donnell. I think I saw a clip from the 1980s or something, or 1990s, and he's still talking shit about Rosie O'Donnell.
And so, the brilliant ideas
Hi,
keep
Irene.
rolling. Cool concept. But let's give her some Walmart power
Ooh.
armor and make her absolutely enormous.
Endless beef.
That walking trash can needs a pronoun. Make her
What?
73 years old.
Oh, thank
this
God.
one should be humongous.
Oh my God.
Him. He needs some American football
Hell
pads
yeah,
and a
brother.
Turtle Beach headset. Horrible color coordination across the...
This character here makes me disgusted to look at. Like, this coloring is just awful. Like, is this fur? What is this? Why does it look so weird? Why does the hair look like a wig? What is with this shirt? I don't get this design.
board. And remember, we're designing aliens here. We could get creative.
Of course.
But for now, let's just take a man and paint him green. Perfect. Now that the designs were top notch,
Oh my God. I always forget how ugly they are. Like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? What is it? Top-notch design? I do want to say, though, at least they're very unique. I could never imagine this. Like, this is very, very, very unique.
were top notch, let's slap a $40 price tag on in a market where almost all of our better, more established competitors
Nice.
are free to play. And established competitors are free
I'm glad this guy tried at least. Oh my God.
to play. And we're done. In May 2023, it's the big PlayStation showcase, and they reveal the game for the first time. And we see an empty spaceship with a jacket in a locker. Right, cool. Was this a single-player campaign? A co-op looter shooter? Multiplayer FPS? Who knows? But behind the scenes, Sony are still going all in.
I love whenever they do game reveals and they show a trailer and I have no idea what the hell I'm watching. Like, I remember our last game show reveal that there was like a couple games that showed stuff and I had no idea what I was watching. I didn't know what kind of game, if it was a game, a show, or what it was about. Like, I had no idea. I'm just looking at it. It makes no sense.
See,
They're not
Blur
giving up. No, they're
Studios,
not.
the people behind Love, Death and Robots, are making a new anthology series on Amazon. Each episode is based on a different game. And
Eee.
turns out, Sony is so confident in their new IP that they'd managed to get one of these episodes to be on Concord.
Oh
There's
boy.
also now Concord controllers. Fast forward to May 2024, and at PlayStation's State of Play stream, we see more. This time, an actual gameplay reveal trailer. And the gameplay is actually revealed.
Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
Are you ready?
Turns out, it's just a 5v5 hero shooter with Guardians of the Galaxy on top.
What the fuck is
This
this?
is alongside a cinematic reveal, where we
Boredom
finally see the
cringe.
characters that they'd put so much money and effort into. The reaction is not great. They tell us they'd gone in.
How do you do, fellow kids? You know, this comment is so good because I feel like they're all middle-aged millennials trying to make funny content directed towards 16 to 20-year-olds. And they're all so disconnected. They have no idea what the fuck they're saying, and nothing they do is funny or interesting. I think this is, I bet this was, I don't even remember the cinematic, but judging by this comment, I bet this was like millennial humor to the maximum. Star-Lord and the gang from Temu. The cutscene sold me on an adventure. The very next words out of development mount is a 5v5 FPS. Lol, bye. Yeah, I think people are a little bit tired of that. Captain Hot Sauce and the Guardian of the Fallacy. This ain't Guardian of the Galaxy, the protector of the cosmos.
Great. They tell us they'd gone in on the storytelling. However, the personality of characters amounts to this guy just like really liking hot sauce.
Oh.
Marvel writing is also quite prevalent.
He's right behind me.
But they assure us the lore is deep, rich, we'll want to get stuck in. They'd even spent a ton of money on bringing out new high-quality narrative cutscenes every week. But the thing is, no one actually cares about this because it's an online-only multiplayer game. And wait,
I think there's a big thing as well, is that this is trying to target PlayStation audience, and it costs money to play online on PlayStation, right? You need to buy a subscription. Now, most PlayStation audience has the subscription because they get games and stuff like that. But like, I think that most console audiences are used to offline play. So whenever you try to get console audiences to focus primarily on an online game, it's kind of rough.
Say pre-order $40 in a market where virtually every competitor is free to play. Don't worry, lads. This thing's worth it.
Ooh.
There's also a pre-launch beta in July, and everyone's invited.
Get ready for this. Yeah. They had a free launch beta and nobody played it. Nobody. They had like 100 people playing. Like, free launch in the world. It was free. You could just download it and play it. Only 100 people play. No, I didn't. I didn't play it. I actually looked at Twitch and looked for like a minute on the gameplay. And every time I opened up a Twitch channel, the guy was just there talking about how much he loved Concord, and he wasn't even playing the game. There was just like some guy that had like 500 followers. We had like 2,000 viewers, and he was just like talking about how much he loved Concord. And he didn't even play the game, but he was in the category of Concord. So I was like, damn, is this the game? The menu? That's great.
But first, the internet is scary.
Ooh.
Filled with horrors. Navigation can be treacherous. Here, take this. See, your internet service provider can see everything you do.
Thank God.
Depending on where you live, they can also sell all of that data to advertisers.
Thank
And
God.
you didn't just join a public Wi-Fi, did you?
Well, can I get some of those shares? Like, I need some of that money, man.
Over there, that friendly-looking old lady now has your search history, birth certificate, social security number, and several DNA samples. Not only that, links containing malware exist all over the internet. You just clicked one? Fantastic. Now your laptop can make a lovely chopping board. But with NordVPN, security. See, NordVPN encrypts your internet connection at the source.
That's right.
Meaning your data runs through
Instead of giving the data to your internet provider, you're giving it to NordVPN.
a secure tunnel,
Get it?
shielding it from hackers.
They're trustworthy.
And NordVPN is the fastest VPN out there. Just click a country and you're there. Nord also offers advanced threat protection, meaning you're safe from malware, phishing, scams, and other online threats. Also, 24/7 customer support, one account for up to 10 devices, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. And NordVPN has a fat discount, 4 months extra for free via this link. Just go to nordvpn.com/bigboss or use this easy-to-remember code.
I didn't know you could get a discount if you were fat.
They've even paid a bunch of streamers and YouTubers to be there.
They did?
But there's a problem. No one's turning up.
Wait. Wait, you get paid and nobody showed up? They were like, nah, I don't need that money, man. They didn't even bother.
Everyone is now able to download the beta and play the game at no expense at all. But at this point, on PC, that's 2,388 people.
Wow.
For reference, Overwatch 2 had 1.5 million, Valorant around 3 million. These were both closed betas. The comments are over the moon. Despite all of that, reviews are coming in, and they're actually
These comments are brutal.
But at Sony, issues. In February 2022, they'd said they were releasing more than 10 live service games before 2026, but by 2024, that number had dropped to 6. Concord was one of those 6. It needed to do well. The Last of Us 2 Online cancelled. Horizon's multiplayer projects, MIA. Deviation Games completely canned before they could even get a game out the door. Bungie, which Sony had blown almost $4 billion on, is also doing absolutely terrible, hitting almost 50% of their financial projections and actually losing money.
Oh my god.
With no more Destiny sequels or updates lined up, Sony needed another live service shooter.
Sony ain't doing good, man.
And they desperately needed a win. And judging by Concord's beta numbers, yeah, not good. They'd also apparently chugged through another $200 million. So that's around $400 million in development costs here. Right, what are we doing here, boys? Change the business model? Make the game free to play like every other hero shooter?
Yes.
No. The genre may be completely past its prime, massively oversaturated, and overwhelmingly free to play. But just look at these characters.
Ooh, queso.
A masterclass of design.
Ooh.
Bursting with personality.
Was that...
Fellas, there's no way people are passing this up. The $40 stays.
Did
and
you
they
know...
gear up for the global launch in August.
Never mind.
Now just 2 months away.
I think I saw Thanos' cock.
It's now August 23rd, and after 8 years and a reported $400 million, the game is out the door.
Ooh.
It runs well, isn't buggy, the animations are decent, and the gameplay is actually good. Basically Destiny 2 if it was a hero shooter. There's an okay amount of content in here too. 16 characters, 12 maps, and 6 modes. There's an okay amount of content in here too. 16 characters.
What the fuck is this character selection? What the bro, which? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Oh lord, this is wild.
There's 12 maps and 6 modes. 3 maps, modes, and characters would also be released down the line, alongside the extremely expensive weekly cutscenes that everyone just couldn't wait for. But then people boot up the menu, and what they see... Jesus.
Come on, let's go!
Oh!
Mushroom Man, She-Hulk,
Oh.
the Michelin Man,
Oh.
a walking, talking, he-him trash can, Walmart laser tag boy, and a very old woman.
Thank God.
In fact, the only character not
I'd
universally
be the old
hated
woman, man.
is the walking trash can.
I like this one.
Besides the characters, the game offers pretty much nothing new to the genre. The maps are bland, and subpar graphics and effects. This is compared to a 15-year-old PS3 game. The game started development just after Overwatch, and as a result, Concord just kind of feels like half a decade old. Also, like playing as a certain character? Well, unlucky, because in certain game modes, if you win a round as them, you can't play them again for the whole game.
What?
There's
Why?
also a whole storyline and lore that they'd invested a massive amount of effort and money into. There's even this lore dump star map with loads of planets. But no one cares because the characters suck and it's a multiplayer game with no campaign. And finally, it's like the 5th best 5v5 shooter on the market, and it's $40 more than everything else. You also need a PSN subscription to play, and it's not even...
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I think you need to pay, so you need to buy the game and then buy a sub to play a FPS game. Like, who cares about that? Like, pay $60 plus a $15 monthly sub to play a FPS game. Like, nobody want to do that.
Free on PS Plus. But the thing is, besides all of that, there's a major problem here. There's only 697 people playing the game. Almost 3,000 played the beta, meaning more than
That
half
is
of
crazy.
them had just ditched. The 7-year-old Friday the 13th is also getting 10 times the players.
This game is cancelled, by the way. This game stopped development a year ago and the servers are turned off. And this game has more players than Concord. Like think about that. Sony put 400 millions animations and a big like 1 year plus like pre-up to this release, and there are it's being outdone by a freaking horror game, a multiplayer horror game that has stopped development over a year ago and the servers are off.
Players. This is a game without dedicated servers. Concord is an online-only, competitive multiplayer FPS. That means it relies heavily on a big, healthy player base. And turns out, Sony had decided to stick a PSN account requirement on.
Oh, that
the
will
game
help
in
people.
180
Steam
countries.
users love that.
Nice one. Most other big-budget AAA games also go on a media blitz before release. But Concord, not so much. Revealing the game just a couple of months before launch, a few paid streams here, some character videos there, and they called it a day. And by launch, somehow, no one had even heard of the game. Those that did saw that it cost $40 and presumably went to play literally any other game in the genre for a 100% discount. While the game got zero attention pre-launch, after launch, it's everywhere. The memes are plentiful. The characters are so hated.
Why would they give her?
They showed the Baldy. I didn't expect to see Baldy here, but like what the fuck is this? By the way, wasn't there a game that came out at the month Concord came out that was big? I think Wukong or something big came out like the same month as Concord. Like it was probably the worst month ever to release the game as well.
Magnificent's haircut.
People
Like it wouldn't
online
really
start
change
making
anything,
their
but
own
still.
far better renditions. This designer even spends an hour breaking down how bad they are.
Before and after, it felt impossible to try to salvage these designs.
Also, the reviews are in. 20% recommended on OpenCritic, 1.7 out of 10 user reviews on Metacritic. Eurogamer calls it an arena shooter by ChatGPT.
What did
After
they
a few
do?
days, it was clear. The game was underperforming.
Everybody knew this game would die, but we didn't know how long it would survive. Like how long would be dead, because everybody saw this like this shit is dog shit. Like everybody knew.
In fact, an article comes out claiming the game sold a grand total of around 25,000
Wow.
copies. That's about $1 million.
Ooh.
A whopping 0.25% return.
There is no way they spent 400 million. They got 1 million. I think the greatest thing about this is that Sony has outdone themselves. They have deleted money from the economy. They have assisted us with inflation by deleting 400 million out of the economy, just straight up gone.
Nice.
100k. Oh, they made 100k. Oh, that's even worse.
The devs go ahead and take down the LGBT and political user tags from the Steam page, but this does little to aid the situation. Things are going abysmally, but Firewalk isn't done just
Oh,
yet. Turns out, people were complaining about the game online, so they boot up Twitter and start typing.
That's
the
a
game
great
was
thing
a
to
labor
do.
of love. Criticize it, and you're a weird, talentless freak. But this doesn't go down well either, with the horrific player count alongside the barrage of memes online. It was obvious. The game had to go free to play. There was no other option. But then, on the 3rd of September, Firewalk comes out with a statement. Gents, it's been fantastic. But despite the support and the passionate community that
what community? The 5 people playing? What community are you talking about?
has grown around the game, we're pulling the plug.
Oh.
The game is going offline in 3 days' time, while we explore options to bring it back.
This is on launch day, by the way. This is on launch day.
They also offer refunds to every single person that bought the game, regardless of playtime. It's not just digital copies either. Sony is actually refunding every physical copy.
Oh my god.
And now retailers aren't even letting people buy the game.
Oh my god. I would want one. So I was debating about it. I saw that people, like retailers sold a copy for $2 and they had like 500 of them. Nobody would buy them. I actually wanted to buy one so you could have one for keepsake and memories. Like, so we can go turn 50 and like, ooh, remember Concord? Yeah, that was funny. I have a copy right here. I think that people will cherish them a little bit. This will be the biggest flop ever. Like what is it? ET on Atari. I think everybody loved having a copy of ET on Atari. This is basically a new ET of Atari.
Let me check out, even though they had this on the shelves and on the floor.
It's probably gonna be around for a year. No, it's not.
That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
In mid-September, Concord's game director steps down, while some of the 150-odd developers at Firewalk try pitching Sony on other ideas. Some think they'll be used as a support studio, others fear a wave of layoffs.
I hope Sony fired all of them. What the fuck you do for 6-7 years and make that?
Maybe even the whole studio being canned. Also, Concord's Amazon episode is staying in and is due to air this December. But regardless...
Okay, he didn't say it. No. They released the list. Concord is not on the list anymore. They removed the episode with Concord. It is gone. We will not see the Concord episode. They removed it. I think Sony asked them to remove it.
But regardless, on the 6th of September, we bid farewell.
Bye, Concord.
12 days after launch, and the
12
servers
days.
go down worldwide.
Oh my god.
8 years, an alleged $400 million.
8 years and the game survived for 12 days.
Gone in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
Yep, they shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what happened to the CEO. I feel like the CEO of Sony is the one that fucked up the most. Like, bro, that was the worst investment I've ever seen in my life. That's crazy. That is actually fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. What an absolute shit showing game. I've never seen this before happen ever. But it happened this year. 8 years, 400 millions down the drain. Right down in the trash can, burned and thrown in the ocean. Oh my lord. I think the CEO got a step. I don't know what's going on. I think he got replaced. I don't know what's happening there. But like, who that CEO, that they fucking royally screwed Sony. My lord. But tell me down below what you think. Did you manage to pick up a copy of Concord? Did you play it? I kind of wish I tried it out so I knew what the fuck it was before it went away, but I don't know. Like the video if you enjoyed it, sub to the channel and watch more react. And if you want to yap with me live, feel free to come by my Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Ali. I appreciate y'all watching and I'll see you in the next video. We gotta react more to Big Boss. That was pretty fun. Love that video. Love that.